We are finally here with part one of the $1,000 Temu Actually Useful Tech Mega Haul. Oh, that was a mouthful. Now this was such a big order, I split it into two videos, so let's go ahead and dive into opening these products. Okay, starting with our first product here. The thing is, it's been so long since I ordered everything with all the tariffs that I literally can't even remember most of the stuff that's in here. It's 32 total products. Oh, this is already pretty cool. 32 total products, so it's gonna be 16 products per video. So be sure to subscribe if you wanna see part two, which will be coming out soon. First up, I came across this rock tumbler. Absolutely love rock tumbling. We got one, the National Geographic version, a while back, and it didn't last very long. Now, I'm not saying the Temu one will last any longer, but it was a pretty good deal on it. And I hesitate to even show prices because I just know that Temu prices change dramatically after the videos go live. So inside the box here, of course, you get the power cable, you get the tumbler itself to actually hold the rocks. Here's the thing that actually spins it with settings that show 4 days, 2 days, 1 day, and then on and off if you just don't want to assign a certain amount of time to it. And then here's all the different materials, like the different types of grit and sand you use, because it matters per rock what type of material is breaking the rock down to make them nice and smooth. So we're gonna check out some footage and see how it actually does. Inside of here, you're gonna put your rocks, and this one actually comes with different types of stones and rocks, as you can see right there. And they're rough, just like you would find them on the ground. That's how rocks normally look. But once they spin on here with the different types of sediment and silt, and you'll see they're actually numbered with step 1, 2, and 3, the different types of sands and things like that in there will chip away at the rocks, because you're gonna let this thing spin for days at a time, if not a couple of weeks, and they'll eventually come out like this. These are some rocks that we did with a previous rock tumbler where they're all smooth and pretty, and this is what you'll find at like stores and stuff like that, where you have pretty rocks. This is how you get it. So this thing is pretty cool. Unfortunately, it came in so close to this video going live that I didn't have a chance to fully test it, so stay tuned. I'll give you an update in the part 2 Temu video to show you how some of these rocks came out. Next up, we have here, and just so you know, it actually is $1,000. Here's a screenshot of the actual purchase. I do not partner with Temu in any way. There is an affiliate program where if you download through the link in the description the app and make a purchase, I get affiliate revenue. As cool as that is, and I'd love to make the money, I also just put the links down below that are non-affiliate. That way you can just buy them and not have to feel forced to financially, support the channel. Okay, next up here, nice. Okay, so this is something that I really thought was neat. This is an automatic stirrer, and basically, oh gosh, this might actually have been returned used, which is a bummer. We'll see how good this actually is. So basically all this is it's a vibrating little motor thing that you put in your food, and it just slightly stirs it. So we'll see if it actually works. Is this a return? This box is all torn up. There's no charging cable on the inside of this. Oh, that's why. It needs batteries. You don't follow me because I'm smart, folks. Don't forget that. Okay, so we'll test this out and see how well it actually works. I don't love the fact of putting this type of plastics. I don't even know if it's BPA or free or whatever it is to make sure that it's food safe, but I'm still gonna test it out for you to see if it's actually worth getting. That way you don't have to sit there and stir things while you're cooking. So this automatic stir is actually very useful, and it's actually really easy to use. It has 3 different levels of functionality, starting with the slowest all the way up to the strongest, so you can really stir some really thick stuff, but it is pretty cool. I just don't really know how safe the plastic is to use. Now this next thing actually is unboxed already, simply because I accidentally opened it and didn't realize it was a Temu product. Temu does a lot of local warehouse stuff, so you don't get everything at once anymore in like a big package. So over the course of a couple of weeks, you're getting 32 different packages, and you don't know what's Temu and what's not, because they do a lot of other product stuff. This is basically just a little ghost campfire right here, and I'll show you what it looks like. It's very simple, but I've seen these online. Absolutely love these. 2 ghosts sitting by a campfire. Halloween's right around the corner. This is a no-brainer, especially because this thing is extremely cheap. All right, on to the next one here. Let's see what we got. Very cool. Okay, so this is a handheld microscope. I kind of got this for my kiddo, and I also kind of got it because I just thought it was cool. And like I said, everything actually is useful, even if it's not the most usable all the time. Let's see how this turns on. Oh, nice, it already has charge on it, which is great. Yeah, I'll show some better footage of what this looks like. But essentially, it has a light right here on the inside, and you hover that little camera over whatever you're looking at, and it'll show you really up close detail, like super macro footage of what it actually is that you're seeing. It charges via USB-C. And it also has a little micro SD card slot, so you can actually record what you're showing. This is just really cool because you can actually place it over a bug and it doesn't hurt the bug because there's plenty of room. It's got a picture button right here that actually takes pictures, and then it has the on-off switch. So this is really neat, actually. It's got a nice size screen on it. This is an excellent device to see things up close. I'm about to get really into 3D printing, so subscribe if you want to see more 3D printing stuff, because I just got a Bamboo A1 printer, or Bamboo Lab A1 printer, and so I'll be checking out the filament on how good the prints are with this thing. This is a nice device. This is a good pickup. So this thing works shockingly well. It's got a nice little LCD screen, and I was impressed, very, very impressed with how well it shows things under a microscopic level. I mean, look at this little drink coaster that I have that looks like a carpet, and then here is a beard brush where you can see the different bristles. This thing's fantastic, and if you press the power button, it has an internal micro SD card that will actually save an image of whatever you're magnifying, so it's definitely cool. Okay, next up we have, what is this? Thermal imaging camera? Excellent. Okay, I was really excited to pick up a thermal imaging camera like this, mainly because I've got a pier and beam house and I'm constantly having issues with heat coming in or AC leaking out. So I'm always trying to find out where can I make the cooling and heating of my home more efficient. And that's exactly what this is. But the problem is that thermal cameras are expensive. But on Temu, it wasn't that bad. So let's open it up and see what we get on the inside here. Ooh, that's actually a nice hard-sided case. I like that. Comes with the instructions, of course, but what makes this one so special is that it's USB-C and it plugs right into your phone. It also comes with a nice braided USB-C male to female cable for charging and a microfiber cloth, I guess, to actually clean the lens of it. Plug it in like so, and it just immediately powers up. I'm not able to get it turned on right now while I'm unboxing, so I'm gonna dive into some testing footage really quick so we can see if you should grab it for yourself. Okay, so here we are going into my attic, and in Texas, the heat is tremendous up here, so I figured it'd be a good spot to show a thermal camera, and you can see the heat signatures. The bright orange and red, that's where the majority of the heat is coming from for my attic right here, and everything in there is hot. Here's another example. This is actually going to my outdoor cat boxes, and you can see how much heat is leaking through the door that they have to go through to go into that cat box. Kind of made me feel bad for them. And right here shows you a lot of the functionality of the app, and the one thing I didn't realize it is only for Android. You cannot use it for iPhone, so I had to borrow a friend's phone to do this, but it has all kinds of cool functionality. Like right here, you can see I'm using a pass-through mode where you can see with your phone's cameras what's actually behind your phone, but the thermal camera is still picking up the heat signatures. So yes, overall, this thing is an excellent purchase if you have an Android and USB-C. I really liked it. I just can't use it all the time. Okay, for our next product unboxing here, looks like a 2-pack of something. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have seen these on Temu every single time I search the website, and I just eventually folded and had to get some. What these are, and I didn't know it came with 2 of them, which is nice. And I think you can actually buy multiple packs of them. This is just an LED nightlight. You stick it on the wall with this 3M sticky double-sided tape. You can recharge it via USB-C, and it magnetizes to the little thing that you stick on the wall right here. And so what the point of this is that if you're walking through your house and it's late at night, they'll turn on for you if it gets, like if they see motion. And if you need to take it with you in case you got to go drain the lizard, if you know what I mean, you just take it off, and then you have like a little flashlight that's not overly bright because it uses a warm light that you can take with you to see what you're doing. I think you can buy packs of 1, 2, 3, and 4. I got the 2-pack here because it's going to be super handy. And the thing is, I don't like having to buy Temu products that stay plugged in. So what's nice about this, you just charge it when you need it. There you go. That's how bright it is right there. It's just a nice little warm light, as you can see. It has an on-off switch, and then it has the auto where if you sense motion, it'll turn on. So let's see how they look in a dark setting. All right, on to the next product here. So far, let me know in the comments if there's anything you don't find useful, or if everything is actually useful, even if you wouldn't use it. I've really tried to make sure this video had the most usable stuff in it. That's what I meant. Now this is, oh yes, okay. I'm very excited about this. This is not only from a company that I'm a big fan of called Ulanzi for anything that's gonna be in the studio, but I actually saw this and there's a specific use case for it that really excited me. It's a MagSafe tripod for your phone, but it has a feature that I haven't seen a lot of tripods have that I wanna check out. Nice quality. I like Ulanzi. I actually would love to partner with them if they ever wanna send some stuff to me to review. But until then, I'll just buy the products. But right here, it has MagSafe for your phone, which is great, but also you can open this up and it becomes a phone clip in case you don't have MagSafe, which is really handy as well. But that's not the cool reason that I wanted it. I'll show you why I really wanted it. So not only is it extendable by, gosh, that's probably a good 4 feet, but also whenever you pop out the legs right here, it also has this little part right here that pops out and holds onto a table. And why that's important, if I wanted to get a nice top-down shot, you hook it under the table and then you can lean it over and you can get a top-down shot with this tripod. And I'll show better footage of what that actually looks like once I kind of figure out how to make this thing work a little bit better, because this is just a killer feature for it. And then also it comes with a little remote in case you want to be able to control your phone remotely with that. So let's dive into some footage really quick and I'll show you how awesome this thing actually is. It's one of the products that I was the most excited to receive. Okay, so I wanted to show you really quick. This is what I've been using. This is just a normal extendable tripod for your phone that has MagSafe on the end right here. But this Ulanzi one is incredible because, oh, there's the remote for it that just popped off. We'll worry about that in a second. It actually functions the exact same way for the most part, except, like I said, not only does it do MagSafe, it also splits apart for non-MagSafe phones to actually clamp them. But then the way that this works is that you actually push this down right here and flip it out. And then this allows you to adjust the tilt of how far you want it to tilt. So for instance, I'll put this here. If you wanted it to tilt just a little bit like this, you easily could. But then you move this down and look how much tilt that actually gets. That way you get a completely top-down shot and you can't see this at all. And then if you're done, you just slide this back up like this, flip this closed, and then it goes right back down into being a little portable tripod. This is easily probably one of the best purchases in this entire Temu order. Okay, moving right along here, let's open up what else came in. Some of the stuff didn't even ship inside of a box. It's just like the product box itself, so it's not even a surprise anymore. That's always kind of a bummer because I like being surprised. It's kind of like this big Christmas unboxing for me. Okay, so this is a extendable lantern. Man, that actually looks like really good quality. But if you push that button, it pops the legs out like that. And then, does it go any higher? I thought it went higher. I might be wrong on that. Okay, so here's the actual light on itself. Oh, there we go. Yes, here's where it extends. And wow, that thing is really bright actually. Can I turn that down for a second? Yes, I can. It's fully charged, which is nice. So yes, it has a tripod right here. This extends super high, and then this moves around so you can point it towards the top of the tent or point it to the wall or point it down so that you have nice lighting wherever you go. It charges via USB-C, but it also has output charging, and it uses a USB-A cable right there. I think there's more functionality to this. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the box that I missed. Okay, here is a canvas travel pouch, tent stakes. Interesting, so you can stake it to the ground, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, instructions, and then a lanyard, because you can actually somehow hang this as well. I'm gonna do some figuring out on this thing really quick to show you all of its features, so let's check that out now. Okay, a couple things to note on this lantern really quick. First off, if you look, you can see these actually glow in the dark, which are nice, just so you can easily find your lantern. But I'm about to make it completely pitch black in here by closing this door in my shed so you can see how bright this thing actually gets. Let me do that. Okay, here is the lowest setting. You tap it, then tap it again. Look how bright that gets. And so then you have a nice little portable lantern that you can then point at stuff, don't mind all the stuff, or just point it straight up in case you want it to illuminate the whole area, or just point it straight down. But that's not all that it does, because if you double tap the button, it turns it to a warm light, which you can then turn into 3 different lighting settings. And if you double tap it again, it goes into SOS mode. Well, right now it's flashing SOS in case you need help. So a lot of really cool things with this lantern. I'm very impressed with it. I think this is an excellent purchase. Okay, we're about halfway through this product unboxing really quick, and I do want to take a second really quick just to tell you about my sponsorship with Proton VPN. Before you skip past this segment, just know that there is an all-out war against monitoring what you're doing online, and that is the value of a VPN service. And my favorite personally is Proton VPN. You can actually use it for free, and there's a link in the description to check it out. I get 64% off if you use my affiliate link for it. And the reason that you would want to consider that is not only so that you can change your ISP location to somewhere that they can't track you or they don't know where your internet is coming from, but also it has a kill switch built in. So if anyone starts monitoring your network, it'll immediately shut it off just like that, which is amazing in today's times. And if you like Proton as a company, they offer more than just VPN services because they have mail, they have pass for all types of storage needs. It's an all-inclusive brand that can do anything that you might need it to make sure that your data is protected and secure. But be sure to check the link down in the description below so you can get 64% off. But let's get back to the product. All right, next up. Oh yes, okay, so this is an automatic water dispenser. Now, this is really handy, especially if you're camping. Kind of like, it's perfect timing right after that lantern. But even if you're at home and you don't like drinking your tap water because they put too much chlorine in it, you get yourself one of those filtered 5-gallon bottles of water. You put this on the top with this hose going down into the bottom of it, and you put this little spigot on it, and it actually recharges via, it's micro USB. I'm never a fan of that. Oh, okay, so this is a pump, as you can see, but it will pump the water out from the 5-gallon jug to make sure you get fresh water. So you can use like a water replacement service, or you can go fill them up at like different stores. And this is a way to pump that water out. I'm really excited to test this out. So let's dive into some footage and see how it works. And real quick, I did do a complete behind the scenes video just for this. So you're gonna see me setting up the studio, talking about what it takes to do a Temu video, the aftermath of all the trash. If you wanna be a member of the channel, it's only $5 a month to check that stuff out. I do have different tiers for you to look at as well. So if you wanna support this channel financially, there's a way to get even further involved with the Freaky Tech fam. Okay, next up here, we just have a USB powered mini fan. This would be one of the least exciting things that I ordered, but I just thought it would be really nice to have a little fan that is solar powered. I forgot that. So it has not only the ability to plug in via USB-C like so, but it's also solar powered. So you can put this up in a window like I might do in my office and just turn on the switch here. Very simple way to use this, and it just gives you a nice little desk fan. I think it's very small that you can just put away very easily. We'll do some checking in just a little bit to see how well it actually works because I don't have a USB charger right next to me to test it. But the fact that it has a solar panel with it is really cool. So you can just have this thing running all day and it's not using any electricity. Well, it is using electricity, but not the one that you have to pay for. So when I bought this online, it showed that it came with a solar panel, but when I pulled it out of the box, it didn't show the solar panel anywhere on the box. It almost looked like this was just shoved into it. And so I thought, oh great, this is just a gimmick. It's not even gonna work. And to be fair, it took a while before it would, but it's just a normal USB desk fan. So when we plug it in, we turn it on, you'll see that it does start to spin, which is great. That means it works, right? The problem is, if you cover this up, there's no internal battery. It immediately stops. So it's just a straight line power generator to this, and it's not a big enough solar panel to actually generate enough air from this fan to really be of value. So like, it's not as good as I was hoping it would be, but I'm actually not planning on using it in my office. Let me go show you where I am. So where I actually plan to use this is actually in my wife's greenhouse. It's not gonna give the most amount of airflow for her, but if I run this cable outside, because as you can see, it's actually getting some through the greenhouse wall right there. It'll provide just maybe a little bit of air circulation in here without using any electricity at all. So that's actually the ultimate goal of this, is to find a little place outside where maybe you need a little bit more airflow. Up next is this black wrapped plastic package here. Oh, I forgot I ordered this. This is actually excellent timing because I just did two Switch 2 accessory videos, one by Jaso, one by Genki. I've got another one coming pretty soon. And so this is actually good timing because the one thing I don't have is a large carrying case for my Switch 2 and all of its gear. I have a lot of like individual cases that can hold the Switch itself, but none that actually hold all of your gear. And this is by Haze Top, and it's actually, ooh, there's stuff inside of it. It's actually nice. It's not like super hard-sided, but it's nice and rigid and firm. I like the stitching on the zippers. Let's open it up and see what it comes with inside. There we go. Oh, look at that. See that molding right there? It's not the thickest molding in the world. Here is your lanyard if you really want to be a goober and walk around carrying this thing like a satchel. This right here holds 20 games at the top, and it has 2 mesh pockets, but this is also removable if you need more room, which is really handy. Right here, it holds the docking station. The switch right here goes right here. This holds your actual Pro controller, and right here holds other stuff. So let me plug some stuff into it and see how well it looks, and we'll take a look at it. Okay, this Switch 2 case is actually pretty cool. Of course, it has these right here to put your games in. This is actually the OG Switch Pro controller, so it doesn't quite fit like the new one should. The new one should actually fit this a little bit better. Here's the actual Joy-Con controller that comes with it. Here is the, sorry for the wiggling there, the Switch 2 docking station fits right in there. Of course, the Switch 2 itself fits neatly into the side. And this is that Genki MagSafe battery charger that I got that can just toss right there as well. And then boom, it's closed and ready to go. Definitely a nice case for your Switch 2. Next up here, we have, oh nice. Now we're kind of at the tail end of summer, but in Texas, it's still very humid and very warm. And one of the things that I had to deal with the most are mosquitoes the size of like literal birds. And so this is something I'm excited about because I've done a bug zapper on this channel before, but not one like this. Okay, so the reason that this one is important is because it's actually solar powered, so you don't have to have it plugged in. It actually kind of looks like a little heater here, as you can see. But it has these lights right here that shine blue and attract bugs to it. And then it has a little electrical metal grid in there that zaps them once they get in there. And the last Temu bug zapper I got worked really, really well. It got a ton of mosquitoes. Here are the actual poles that stab into the ground. And this right here should be the solar panel with the stakes. Yes, it is. There's the solar panel. It's kind of a large unit, but that's great because it means there's a ton of surface area to get rid of a ton of bugs. It comes with a little chain right here, so you can actually hang it if you want to. And then here's the cables for it, the power cable. Very simple. I mean, here's a picture of what it actually looks like whenever it's done. Very simple, stabs into the ground, solar panel goes on top, keeps it powered while it zaps a lot of bugs around you, and it has a ton of light that comes out of it. So let's check it out right now at night and see how well it actually works. Okay, so let's get this thing put together. Okay, here are the pieces that stab into the ground. Solar panel goes on top. Okay, here you can see where you can angle it as needed. We're just gonna put it flat. You're going to see an on-off switch. All right, so here's the cable that actually charges these. You can have auto on-off as well, which is nice. I don't know why it comes with USB-C. It must have an internal battery. Oh yeah, of course it does, but I guess you can charge it without having to worry about the solar panel as well. We're gonna turn this into on, and you can see it's on right now. Okay, so we got it set up right now. We can easily turn it on, and it'll start attracting bugs. Pretty quickly, I would imagine. Those are pretty good sized blue lights. And then it has the auto mode. So, pretty happy with this. The fact that you can just leave it in auto mode and it'll automatically turn on at night. And it looks like it'll be a much larger surface area to capture bugs, which is handy. Okay, I got 4 products left. If you've made it this far into the video and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? I say that jokingly, but I'd love for you to be a part of the Freaky Tech fam. I have got some cool stuff coming to the channel throughout the rest of this year, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Oh, nice. You know what? I wish I would have known that this was in this bundle that I grabbed, because this would have been nice to use first. I keep seeing these online, and I got excited for them. Oh yeah, so what this is it's literally a box cutter. And it's already powered with full power, as you can see, but this is literally just so you can either break down boxes and either throw them away or store them, or so you can open stuff. And I got a couple boxes I'm about to open with it. Charges via USB-C. It has an LED right there at the tip so you can, I guess, see what you're doing. I don't know why you'd be cutting boxes in the dark, but it has this little spinning wheel right here that allows you to cut those boxes super easily. So let's try it on the box that it came in. Oh, watch your fingies, folks, but that works really, really well. So let's actually keep this out on the table because I've got a couple of boxes we're gonna use it on right now that I think could really use it. Now I have the perfect thing to test this out on. This is a cat castle I'm building with old boxes. but my cats are a little chonky. So if I wanted to make them a little more room, I would just cut it like that. Let's pull it up a little bit. I'll make sure I'm actually getting it on there. Take this flap up like this. Look at that. And now my giant cats can fit right through there. This thing is absolutely game changing. Okay, next up we've got, this might be the heaviest thing in the whole thing, in the whole package. This is by Vevor. Tough Tools, half price. How do we even open this thing? Hold on, it's the tape that's getting in the way. Paces now. Oh my gosh. This might be in the top 5 of this packaged stuff today that I got delivered. All right, this is by Vevor. I think I have an idea of what this is. And here we go. Yes, I remember what this is. So this is an entire emergency kit. But what makes this amazing, these gloves probably ain't gonna fit. What makes this amazing is that this is everything you could need if you have a flat tire. It comes with a little window breaker handle with a seatbelt cutter, which is nice. It comes with, I don't know what those are. There's something to do with the battery, but it plugs into your car if your cigarette outlet. I don't even know if new cars have cigarette outlets, but it should be able to plug in by itself. But basically what this is a jack, a hydraulic electric powered jack for your car to lift it up so you can change your tire. How cool is that? It also comes with this. This is actually to take off the lug nuts of your tire, and if you don't have the ability to do that, and it comes with the actual sockets you need to do that with. This is a killer kit. I saw this on there and I was like, this has got to be one of the most useful things I could put in this video. Let me see if it has any power. Probably needs to be plugged in, but we'll test this out on my car right now because this should be able to lift up the whole car so that I can take off the tire if I need to. Okay, so there's actually a lot more to this kit than meets the eye, and I'll explain why. So first off, this is the hydraulic pump, but when you open this door right here, it actually has an air compressor hose as well, because it's also an air compressor, which I thought was really cool. But also, if you open this side, that's what these are for. It's actually a jump start for your car as well. And here's all your different air compressor components, so you can even do basketballs and bike tires and stuff like that. So in addition to that, it comes with different sized sockets for different sized lug nuts on your actual car, and everything is powered through the cigarette socket. Now, if you don't know what a cigarette lighter socket is, in the car is a little circular space that this actually plugs into. So first off, once you get your car up, you'll then just put that on, slide on the socket to actually break loose your lug nuts, and it looks like the car needs to be powered on, so hold on. As you can see, it now has a light on. And look at the torque on that. Actually a pretty good amount of power. So now let's go ahead and try it out on the actual hydraulic pump here. So on this compartment right here, we'll plug this in. Air compressor works. So it has an air compressor compartment. It also has a flashlight if you need it. And then the actual jack right here to raise your car. So let's see if it can actually raise the car. The only thing I don't like is that you have to reach under the car to lower it and let it loose, but it should be raising it right now. It's not even struggling. Like, you can hear it raise, you can hear it going right now, and it's not even struggling. Now come here and check this. Right there you can see it is holding up the car really well, and there's complete clearance under the tire right here. So needless to say, this thing actually works really well. And then you would just unplug it, plug in your actual, I guess your driver to take off the lug nuts, and boom, you're able to change a tire without having to use actual tools if you don't have the strength to do that. So now let's lower it. And this right here is what I don't like. You have to reach under here to press the button to do that, but it is an automatic switch. So it's starting to lower on its own right now, and it can go much higher than that. I just wanted to test it and see if it actually works. And there you have it. This thing actually works incredibly well. I'm very impressed with this. Turn this off now. You unplug it, you throw it in the back of your car for when you need it. And it even has the pressure gauge right here whenever you're doing your tires. I mean, this is an all-in-one roadside assistance device that I'm actually very surprised with. The quality of it and how well it works, this is an easy pickup. We got 2 more products here. Let's open up this last one here and see what it is. Ooh, I think I know what it is. Wire with some plastic piece. Yes, this is a nice screwdriver set, but I've done one of these on the channel before, but it was manual. The nice thing about this one is it's actually powered. And so you have all of your bits that you could need right here, as well as an extremely long pair of tweezers. I don't know who's tweezing things with that, my goodness. But you just put your bit in there like that, spins to the right, spins to the left. It recharges via USB-C, thankfully, and then it has a little battery indicator to know how much charge is left. This is just really great to have around the studio and deal with like really small tech products. This is gonna be absolutely killer for that. And the fact that it's so small and you can easily toss it into a backpack is really handy as well. Last up, if this is what I think it is, I'm really excited about this because you've seen a bigger version of this on a video a while back. It comes with a traditional PlayStation controller with, this is about the cheapest possible controller you can get, but let's get it open here. Okay, here's a power cable. These are replaceable buttons and the buttons and joysticks, an HDMI cable. And if you know anything about WYGaming, WYGaming or whatever it's called, you'll know what this is. So essentially, this is a little briefcase gaming station. And I'm really excited about this because the last one I did was fighting games that you could play on either side of it. This is for a solo person, but you can actually plug a controller into it, which is really cool. And it uses a USB-A, so you can do different controllers, not the one that it came with. It has the joystick knob that goes right here, as well as replaceable buttons. Here's the power cable for it right now. Let's go ahead and I'll do some footage of it really quick. I just want to see if I can get it to turn on first. The last one came pre-installed with a bunch of games. So let's see if this one did too. Here's all the outputs on the back of it. Even has VGA. How do we turn it on now? Is this the start button? Yes. Peel that nice plastic off. Yes, it does. Look at that. All these different fighting games to choose from that it comes with. Has its own operating system, which is great. Pages of these games. A lot of Street Fighter. Got any Mortal Kombat in there? That's my specialty. I'll do some more footage right now to show how well it actually works, but this was just such a cool purchase. Although they did spell pause wrong. That's kind of funny. Let's dive into some testing really quick and see how well it works, both using the buttons with the joystick and the controller. Okay, here we install, the actual joystick stores right here on this device when you're not using it. It screws in, but you just screw it in like so. Oh yeah, you have to have this little wrench here to make sure it doesn't spin on you. And then boom, you've got a nice clicky joystick. So, okay, there are literally 2,680 pages of games, 27,000 total games. Let's start out with Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, I would recommend transporting all of these that come on the included SD card onto a new micro SD card. What an arcade feel this gives you. Uh-oh. I don't know what he just did to me. I never even played this game before. I think I'm holding my own. Woo, let's go. You ain't ready. There it is. Didn't even have to bring out Spider-Man. Let's go. Oh, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. Woo, we got him. Let's go. Okay, now let's see if it's any easier with the included controller that came with it. Now, like I said, this is USB-A, so you can use any controller you want to. You just spin it around. You have all your inputs right here. We'll plug in the controller. And let's see if we can just start immediately using it without any issues. No. Maybe it needs to go back to menu. So we'll turn it off, we'll turn it back on and see if that powers on the controller. It does not. Strange that the controller just straight up doesn't work. And the rest of it does. Oh, I plugged it into the 2-player section. Oh, nice. Okay, let me turn this down. So basically, the bottom one's player 2, the top USB is player 1. Player 1 does not seem to be working, mainly, maybe? No, but I bet if I plug it into player 2, I bet that one will work. And I think there's some, yeah, there, this one actually works now. Yeah, okay, so the controller works now, and I bet it's when you plug it in compared to when the game starts that gives it an issue. But that's pretty cool that you can actually use a controller with these. I've still got some figuring out to do on how it actually works, but having this with the controller, I wonder, can one person use this and the other one use this controller? Let's see if that's possible. So we know 2-player has movement, and then player 1 has movement. Look at that. Okay, now you can play 2-player, and now we're both fighting. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It actually works really well. This is a neat device. And then when you're done, you just unscrew your joystick, and then you will plug your joystick in right here, turn the console off, and then lock it closed. Pretty cool. And that's it. That is part 1 of this massive $1,000 Temu Mega Haul. I've got 16 more products that are equally as useful as everything you saw today coming up in a couple of weeks. So be sure that you subscribe and join the Freaky Tech family. Like I said, lots of cool stuff coming, and I just cannot wait to have you there, a part of it. But thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews. I'll see you next time. Real quick before you go, YouTube thinks that you might like this video right here, so be sure to check it out and continue exploring the Freaky Tech Reviews channel.